Welcome to Black History Month. I get excited because this is the time of year that we get to celebrate Black excellence. And although we can celebrate it every day, but I am going to share a quotation from someone who's a Black history maker or a history maker in general for the entire month. And today I went into my files because I have a whole bunch of quotations and I just decided to randomly pick someone. And I picked John Coltrane. Now I know that may not seem like an OMG moment to you, but it blew my mind. It blew my mind because literally right before I chose it, I was thinking about him. I was thinking about him because recently I had watched a documentary about his life called Chasing Trane. You can find it on Hulu, and there's other places you can rent it as well. But it was something that was recommended by a DJ that I follow on Instagram. I trust his taste in music. He said it's a great documentary, and I said, well, let me go see, because I love learning about the lives of people who are revered. And John Coltrane is one of those people. He is someone who was mentioned with Picasso, Beethoven, William Shakespeare. His artistic genius is on that level. I am not, no, I do love jazz, but I'm more of a smooth jazz person, right? But I can appreciate all jazz. But if you ask John Coltrane, he wouldn't say that he played jazz. He plays John Coltrane. Okay, that's the type of person he was. But he was someone who played with Miles Davis. He was nurtured by Dizzy Gillespie. He learned from Thelonious Monk. He admired Charlie Parker, who died from using drugs. And John Coltrane struggled too. He used drugs. He abused alcohol. But once he was fired by Miles Davis, he decided he wanted to clean up his life. And that's when things began to unfold for him. He had what he called a spiritual awakening, where he wanted a fuller, richer, more productive life. He recognized that it was a privilege to make people happy through his music. And that's what he wanted to do. And that's what he did. There's so many lessons in this book. I mean, I'm calling the book, in the documentary, I have sheets. I'm not going to share them with you because I do believe that each person, as they watch this, will get what they need to get from it. I got what I got, and you will get what you get. But I just think it was really amazing just to see his journey from just being okay to being great. They talked about when he was in the Navy that he wasn't really that good. And then for him to go on and play with all these people and to become bigger than playing with these people. When he played with Miles Davis, because he ended up going back to play with Miles Davis again, but he recognized that he became too big and he needed to leave. Now I'm going to stop right there because that's a word. Because I do know, and I know I'm not the only person, that there are times where I keep myself in this little box when I know that I have outgrown it, that there's so much more for me to do, so many more people who I could impact if I just decided to let myself out of this box and let myself blossom into the person that I'm supposed to be. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. It reminds me of that quotation that comes from the poem, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson, where she says, "Our playing small does not serve the world." Our playing small does not serve the world. If we want to serve this world and make an impact like we're supposed to, we can't play small. We have to play big. And that is what John Coltrane did. He decided to play big. Now, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to read everything here, but I will say this, that he didn't allow himself to limit his abilities. He didn't do things that were popular. He did the things that he felt that he was purposed to do. He knew that his purpose was bigger than Jim Crow South that he grew up in. It was bigger than America. He wanted to impact the world. One thing that I did not know is that he was an activist in his own way. When the 4 little girls were killed in a church bombing, he listened to Dr. Martin Luther King give the speech and then wrote a song or composed a song utilizing what Dr. King said. And he called it Alabama. In that song, you can feel the pain, but you also can feel the hope. That is who he was. He was against war. He went to Japan. He wrote a song for the Japanese people called Peace. I think that's what it was called. These were the people who were affected by the atomic bombing. Like, that is who he was. And I didn't know. And he died at 40. Like, so he did all these things and made a huge impact by the time he was 40 years old. It made me think of something that I watched this weekend on Instagram. I watched the show on MSNBC called The Cross Connection with Tiffany Cross. I don't know if you follow her, but she's a journalist. And after her show on MSNBC, she comes on her live on Instagram and she brings in one of her friends and they talk about the show and what's going on in the world. I enjoy it. This particular week, she had another guest on there who saw Deborah Cox in the comments writing something. So she's like, Deborah, come on up. And so Tiffany was like, no, I don't want to ask her to sing because that's what I really would want her to do. But Deborah came on and she sang. And Tiffany was so appreciative. And Deborah said something that I truly, truly admired. She said, this is my gift, to sing. So if anyone asks me to sing, I'm going to do it, whether I want to or not, because I know that I'm supposed to share my voice with the world. She recognizes that her gift is bigger than how she's feeling on a given day. Her gift is for someone else. So if they ask her to sing, she's going to sing. So what about you? What's your gift? What are you supposed to give? And not only when you feel good, when you're not tired, when you're well rested, what are you supposed to give to this world when they ask for it? And I'm asking myself that question too. I can tell you this though. If I had a voice like Deborah Cox, my whole life would be a musical. You wouldn't even be offended by it anymore because you would know that everything I said to you would be a song. But seriously, I just think about that. Like, we all have gifts that we're supposed to share with the world. And if we don't use it, we'll lose it. So what are you going to give to this world? So that's it. Watch the documentary for yourself. Enjoy it. It's only an hour and a half, and you'll learn so much about him, but you'll also learn some life lessons. All righty, take care. Bye-bye.